It took me forever to cook these, and I trashed the kitchen doing it. Dinner solved. Hi, I'm Pat, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video, I'm going to be reviewing and testing out HelloFresh, and I trashed the kitchen doing it. So keep watching, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a brand new video. Alright, so my HelloFresh order came in today. I got a great big box here. So I'm going to open that up, show you the recipes that I picked, and you can follow along, and I'll let you know an unbiased review of HelloFresh. As you can see, it says a more sustainable way to cook. Open this up and check out how it arrived. Okay, so we've got a little card on top that says sustainability improvements, 100% recyclable, 0% plastic. Now that summer has come to an end, we're excited to introduce our new sustainable packaging liner, which is 100% recyclable with zero plastic. As a reminder, our boxes are thoroughly tested and optimized for weather conditions in your region, so your food arrives cold and fresh each week. Alright, so we've got menu cards on top. So I've got savory sheet pan chicken, cheesy pork enchiladas and DIY enchilada sauce, and Greek beef and feta meatballs. The HelloFresh meal bags, and some garlic. Alright, so got bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3. So all your ingredients come in those little bags. And then in the bottom of the box we've got the meat is in the bottom there. There's also a bunch of ice packs. So keep watching and we'll jump right into the first recipe. The first recipe is savory sheet pan chicken with roasted vegetables and pan gravy. It says this will take 35 minutes. So step number 1, peel and slice the carrots into 1/4 inch rounds, cut the potatoes into 1/4 inch pieces, strip 1 tablespoon of thyme leaves from the stems, add the potatoes and carrots, half the thyme and the oil to parchment paper, season with salt and pepper, toss to combine, arrange in a single layer, roast in the middle of the oven, stirring halfway through until golden brown. While the veggies roast, cut the broccoli into bite-sized pieces, peel and mince the garlic, peel and cut the onion into 1/4 inch pieces, roughly chop the parsley, pat the chicken dry with paper towels, season with salt and pepper, and the remaining thyme. Heat a non-stick pan over medium heat. When hot, add oil, then chicken, cook until golden brown. Step number 4, finish the chicken. Remove the pan from the heat, add the broccoli to the baking sheet with the veggies, toss to combine. Transfer chicken to the baking sheet, place on top of veggies. Roast in the middle of the oven until the broccoli is tender and the chicken is cooked thoroughly. Step number 5, make gravy. While the chicken and veggies roast, heat the same pan from step 3 over medium heat. When hot, add 2 tablespoons of butter, then onions and garlic. Cook, stirring often until the onions become soft. Add half a cup of water and broth concentrate. Cook, stirring often until gravy thickens slightly. Remove pan from heat and stir in sour cream and parsley. Step number 6, finish and serve. Slice the chicken, divide the chicken and veggies between plates, spoon the gravy over top, sprinkle with parsley. Dinner solved. This recipe is the Greek feta and meatballs. So it says to bust out 2 baking sheets, measuring spoons, zester, a medium pot, large bowl, parchment paper, and measuring cups. You want to start by preheating your oven to 450 degrees and wash and dry all produce. Number 1. Core and cut peppers into pieces, cut zucchini in half lengthwise, then into 1/2 inch thick moons, zest and juice the lemon, and cut into wedges. Step number 2, roast the veggies. Add peppers, tomato, zucchini, and 1 tablespoon of oil to the baking sheet. Season with salt and pepper and toss to combine. Roast in the middle of the oven, stirring halfway through until tender, 14 to 15 minutes. Step number 3, make the beef and feta meatballs. Combine the beef and lemon zest, feta cheese, and breadcrumbs in a large bowl. Roll mixture into 8 equal-sized meatballs. If you prefer firmer meatballs, add an egg to the mixture. Place meatballs on a parchment paper-lined baking sheet. Bake in the bottom of the oven until golden brown and cooked thoroughly. Step number 4. While the meatballs cook, add 2/3 of a cup of water and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt with 1 tablespoon of butter and broth concentrate to a medium pot. Cover and bring to a boil over high heat. Once boiling, remove pot from heat and then add couscous. Stir to combine. Cover and let stand for 5 minutes. Step number 5. Finish couscous. When the couscous is tender, fluff with a fork, stir in roasted veggies, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of oil. Season with salt and pepper. Step number 6. Finish and serve. Divide lemony couscous between plates, top with beef and feta meatballs, dollop tzatziki over top, squeeze a lemon wedge if desired. Dinner solved. Right now, I am starving, so I'm really looking forward to this. Let me know in the comments down below if you have ever made meatballs before. I will say, usually I do not like zucchini at all, but with it roasted with the other vegetables and the different flavors going on in here, I really can't even taste it. I made was the cheesy pork enchiladas and DIY enchilada sauce with sour cream and cilantro. So for this recipe, you want to bust out your measuring spoons, your medium pot, your measuring cups, your whisk, your non-stick large pan, and an 8x8 baking dish. Step number 1, make enchilada sauce. Heat a medium pot over medium heat. When hot, add half a tablespoon of oil, then flour. Stir to combine. Whisk in broth concentrate, Mexican seasoning, and water. Bring to a boil. Once boiling, reduce heat to a medium-low simmer. Whisk often until sauce thickens. Remove pan from heat. Step number 2. Prep and make the salsa. Core, then cut pepper into 1/4-inch slices. Peel, then cut half the onion into 1/4-inch slices. Cut tomatoes into 1/4-inch pieces. Zest, then juice half the lime. Cut any remaining lime into wedges. Roughly chop cilantro. Add tomatoes, cilantro, lime zest, lime juice, and sugar to a medium bowl. Add oil. Season with salt and pepper and stir to combine. Step number 3. Cook filling. Heat a large nonstick pan over medium-high heat. When hot, add half teaspoon of oil, then peppers and onions. Cook stirring often until veggies soften. Season with salt and pepper. Transfer veggies to a plate. Add oil to the pan, then pork. Cook, breaking up pork into small pieces until no pink remains. Season with the remaining Mexican seasoning, salt, and pepper. Return veggies to the pan. Stir in half the enchilada sauce and remove the pan from the heat. Step number 4. Assemble enchiladas. Lightly oil an 8x8 baking dish. Place tortillas on a clean work surface. Divide pork mixture between tortillas. Roll up and close. Place seam side down in prepared baking dish. Step number 5. Broil enchiladas. Drizzle remaining enchilada sauce over the tops of the enchiladas and sprinkle cheese over the top. Broil in the middle of the oven until cheese is melted and the edge of the tortillas are slightly crispy. Tip: keep an eye on the enchiladas so they do not burn. Step number 6. Finish and serve. Divide enchiladas between plates. Dollop with salsa and sour cream. Sprinkle remaining cilantro over top. Squeeze a lime wedge if desired. Dinner solved. So we've got our cheesy enchiladas here. And so good, so good. But it took me forever to cook these, like an hour, which is way too long, and I trashed the kitchen doing it. Honestly, I think part of it was making the salsa. I really didn't need to make my own salsa. I could have taken a jar of salsa and poured some on, and I would have been happy with that. And I'm back to give you my final thoughts on the HelloFresh subscription service. So I made a little bit of a pro and con list because I have a little bit of mixed feelings on this. Now, this is not a sponsored video, and I did pay full price for this for a couple of weeks, so I do have a good, pretty unbiased opinion on this. So let's cover a few of my thoughts. Okay, so the first thing I put on the pro list is that obviously it's fresh food. Now, the first thing that's on the con list is that food can go bad. And if you're not paying attention to what produce is in these packages, you certainly could get to the end of a week and open one up and something could be spoiled. So the second thing on the pro list is that these are delivered right to your door and you don't have to go spend time going to the grocery store. Now, on the other hand, there is quite a bit of prep time and cleanup. These are a little bit more labor intensive than I'm used to. Of course, this is great if you don't already know how to cook. You can learn how to cook and it's giving you detailed instructions. Okay, the next thing that I put down on my pro and con list is a pro, which is the menu selection. There's a huge variety of different meals that you can pick from. There's tons and tons and tons of different meals to choose from. So that's definitely a pro. On the con side of that, you need to remember to actually choose those meals or you might end up with something that you never would have picked. I'm sure that they send you emails to remind you to do these things, but I happened to miss that email, and so the last box that I got that I reviewed in this was actually just meals that they randomly selected and sent to me. So those might have been like the default selections. They were all pretty good. I enjoyed the food, but some of the things weren't.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Because it is a reoccurring subscription service. You have to remember to cancel or you're going to be charged. And I don't know about you, but I am terrible at remembering to cancel my subscription services. The next thing on my pro list is that it's easy, even on a busy day. Not having to go to the grocery store saved me a bunch of time. However, that does come at a cost. To offset that cost, HelloFresh has a great affiliate program, and I'll make sure to put a link in the description down below and a coupon code so that you can try HelloFresh for $90 off your first order. So if you're using a coupon code like that, it makes it very affordable. Now, speaking of the cost, the next thing that I wrote down is a con, which is that you can only choose between 2 or 4 portion sizes. So if you're trying to feed a family of 3, you have to choose the 4 portions, but again, that gets offset if you're using an affiliate link or a coupon code. Link in description. The next thing that I'm going to mention isn't really a con, but I just thought it was a little bit weird. Most of these, if not all of these recipes, have you preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And I don't know about you, but I do not cook food at 450 degrees. That's quite hot. That's not necessary. I guess maybe that's to speed the recipe cook time up. But that was something that I found was a little weird. I cooked everything at 425. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. Mixed feelings on this. I have mixed feelings about this. I really did enjoy cooking some new meals. So my final thoughts on HelloFresh are that, honestly, it's worth trying. Depending on what you're looking for in a meal subscription service, it's definitely easy, it's fresh food, there's some great recipes to choose from, and it just depends on, you know, your lifestyle and what you're looking for. So make sure you check the description down below for an affiliate link so you can get $90 off your first order. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and the little bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And leave me a comment down below and let me know if you tried HelloFresh and what you thought. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you for another video next time. Bye! Thanks so much for watching. It might be right for some people, it might be right for some people, it might not be. Don't forget, pro list, another thing that I have on the pro list, environmentally conscious. But I definitely didn't. But those were not menus, those were not meals. Why can't I say this? Dinner solved.